God! Help! Thank you.
Got you.
Chuck Norris is his own race. His blood type, Ranger.
I thought his blood type was American.
Yeah, American.
Sequels. Not often are they... I know sequels in a lot of ways are reviled, you know, because everything's a sequel now. All the Marvel films are sequels to themselves. All the big summer blockbusters, it's just like there has to be a 2, sometimes a 3, sometimes a 4. And if you are Vin Diesel and you love to talk about family, then 9. Look, sometimes sequels do good things. Sometimes sequels do bad things. And usually when the sequel goes bad, it's usually whenever they bring someone else in. They bring in someone who, you know, is fresh to the franchise, and often they can't live up to what the original did. Then there's James Cameron, who came into Aliens cold, without any... Oh, jeez, what the heck is this? And shut that down. Sorry. Got a notification from this wrestling thing that I'm helping out with. But, yeah, so James Cameron came into Aliens and actually was met with a fair amount of hostility because it's just like, this is, Ridley Scott didn't come back to do this, so why should anyone else ever have the chance to? You know, Ridley Scott, he's one of the best directors out there, and, and Alien at the time was considered his masterpiece. And then James Cameron comes in, does Aliens, and everyone's just like, in some ways that was actually better than the original. And I gotta say, I don't think Aliens is better than the first one. I think it's different. I think the first one is a true, visceral horror film. Experimental, but downright terrifying in a lot of ways. In terms of its existentialism, in terms of but I remember watching that for the first time when I was a kid and being absolutely terrified of aliens. And that stigma is still there. That stigma is still there whenever it comes to thinking about aliens. And that stigma, whenever I watched the first Men in Black film, was still there. I mean, I watched the first Men in Black film, and there was a scene where a guy literally got ripped out of his skin. And then, of course, the alien ate his insides, and then proceeded to wear the dude's skin. You see, the horrifying concepts that alien films can take. I know that there were some that were Alien, which dealt with the creature out in space. There was The Thing, which dealt with a creature that you didn't know if it was, who was who or what was what, which there's a theory that I have about The Thing at the end of it, which if we ever do a reaction to that movie here, then I'll spout my theory, but the time for that is not now. Instead, the time is here for us to look at the Nostalgia Critic's review of Men in Black 2, a film that basically had everything going for it. The original director came back, Barry Sonnenfeld. The original cast came back, mostly. And in truth, what they did with this one was they focused on the wrong things. They focused on trying to go universal with it and, try and make everything marketable. Which I think they saw, maybe the studio saw the marketability of certain things in it. You know, the worms. You know, Frank the Pug. And the various other things that could have been turned into toys, and they wanted to make this into a toy vehicle. And Sonnenfeld, in order to get the second one made, basically had to sign off on that. So, if you want to know where my overall thoughts on the Men in Black franchise is as a whole, the first one, 9 out of 10. Like, 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Some flaws, but still a tremendous film. 2, 5, maybe 6 out of 10. Yeah, okay, I'll do solid 5 out of 10. It is not that good of a film. It's not. You can tell, and going back, you know, as a kid I didn't know the difference, but as an adult, I got it, and I understood why. And then 3, solid 8. Solid 8, and the ending is what made that film for me. I loved the last 15, 20 minutes of that film. Just, it tied the whole circle of the Men in Black, of the first 3 Men in Black films together wonderfully. And then there's Men in Black International. We do not talk about Men in Black International. I think the world would be a lot happier if we did not talk about Men in Black International. And I think the people who made Men in Black International would like it to be forgotten as a whole. I mean, okay. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and we are going to dive into the Nostalgia Critics review of Men in Black 2. Let's see what Doug's got to say. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, kick it.
This episode brought to you by DoorDash. The app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door.
Yum.
Also brought to you by Omen. Play together, watch together, chat together, all with Oasis by Omen.
Damn it. Turn it down just a little bit because it is pretty late. It is, 1:28 in the morning, so sorry about that.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. You ever have that friend that everybody's like, oh, I hate him, and you're like, oh, come on, he's not that bad, and then you let some years go by and you see him again, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe he was a little bad, but still not as bad as everybody said anyway. It's Men in Black 2. Released in 2002, 5 years after director Barry Sonnenfeld's critical and audience smash hit, Men in Black 2 did not grab people like its predecessor. In fact, it was ripped apart when it came out for doing, honestly, what a lot of sequels do, the same goddamn thing. Leads that were axed off were brought back, small comic relief were given bigger roles because kids liked them, promising new characters were dropped, and nothing evolves because we got our status quo. Though the series would redeem itself with the third film, only to lose us again, a part of me does feel bad for this movie because, I still got a few laughs. It's nowhere near as fresh and original as the first, but it's got some creative moments and good writing. But it also doesn't. I think it's worth checking out once more to see if it's really as bad as everybody remembers it. So get ready for a universe of...
Probably, yeah.
This is Men in Black 2.
Alright.
It opens with kind of a confusing intro about an alien race who visited Earth. Oh, not the story about the aliens themselves, more the presentation.
A quasi-government agency known as the Men in Black.
I'm glad that they... Okay, I'll say this. The fact that they went with this for, like, the lead-in on the storytelling, I think is an okay way of going about it. And it's a pretty cookie-cutter way of presenting it, only to find out later how things actually went. Also, the fact that they got Peter Graves to play the host, I think is awesome. I think if they wanted to, they probably could have got Robert Stack, but I think Robert Stack was... when did Robert Stack pass away? Because I think Robert Stack, he has that, where he was the lead, or the host of Unsolved Mysteries. Robert Stack. Robert Stack. There he is. 2003. He was still alive during this, but I'm thinking maybe he was on the mend from like heart surgery or something. I don't know, but either way, Peter Graves is still an amazing choice to be the host of this.
Supposedly keep us safe from aliens throughout the galaxies.
I guess it's supposed to be like an old 60s show with Peter Graves hosting, but they're talking about the late 70s, so this must have been filmed in the 80s, and this looks nothing like the 80s. I know, I'm still in a time where people are obsessed with looking like the 80s still.
Oh my god.
Zarthons bring with them their greatest treasure, the light of Zarthon.
Oh, because we wouldn't think this was real, that's why these are funny. Yeah, this opening needs an identity. As the credits roll, a small ship lands, and I do mean small, they actually do a pretty good job tricking you into thinking this is gigantic, releasing our villain. She's a shape-shifting plant alien named Serlina, played by Lara Flynn Boyle. Not a great baddie, but like D'Onofrio, there's some good visual jokes with her.
By the book this time. Got it.
We cut to Jay, played again by Will Smith, and his new partner T, played by Patrick Warburton.
What the hell are you doing here, worm boy? Kinda stupid.
Biggest problem with the film? I'm always imagining the better movie it could be if he was teamed up with someone different.
Yeah.
Yes, Smith and Jones worked well off each other, but Warburton would have been great. He's one of those actors whose unique delivery can make anything sound funny.
When was the last time we just looked at the stars?
This is a test. I could do this.
Even the last film.
Yeah, honestly, I would have loved to see Patrick Warburton or Linda Fiorentino. I think Fiorentino, sorry. Linda Fiorentino, sorry. She was a great addition to it, and I think she'd have done great.
Film was promising Linda Fiorentino as the next team-up. That would have been cool.
Yes. Interesting job you guys have.
There's a couple reasons flying out there, though, why this didn't happen. The original rumor was Tommy Lee Jones didn't like her and kept her off the film. But not only did Fiorentino herself debunk this, but he pretty much told Jim Carrey he hated him, yet still acted like just as big a dumbass alongside him.
Tommy Lee Jones is one of those actors, he said this. He feeds off the energy of the others in the room. He cannot help himself. And if he feels the lunacy that Jim Carrey was presenting, he would have to match that. Because he could see what the film, like, especially if you had someone like Joel Schumacher directing him. Again, though, I think the reason Fiorentino was not coming back for the second one was, I don't know, I guess maybe, I know she got the part in the first one because of a bet, and she was such a good hit, I was like, hey, why not have her back for the second one? Nope.
It doesn't check out. Fiorentino said she had another movie, so she couldn't make it. One of the producers said they offered her the role, but it was too small. Sonnenfeld himself said he wanted Tommy Lee back because, quote, I learned from Wild Wild West that audiences didn't want to see Will as the straight man. That's the biggest problem you got from that movie, huh?
No. Will Smith as the straight man, there's no problem with that. There is no problem with Will Smith playing the straight man. He can play dramatic. Again, Sonnenfeld, a talented director, but sometimes some very bad takes on just actors' potential. Ugh.
The irony is, Will is actually pretty good as the straight man. You can tell he's evolved as a character, but still has the flaw of not finding a partner who's good enough. And he still has the same charm and energy despite being so bitter.
Oh, yeah. We've seen it all.
Oh no, a 600-foot worm! Save us, Mr. Black Man!
Y'all just sit there like...
He even has a good speech about what it means to be a hero just for the sake of being a hero.
You ever heard of James Edwards? Well, he saved the lives of about 85 people on the subway tonight. And if no one knows he exists, how can anyone ever love him?
Well, pulling the plug in After Earth would have been a good start.
I did a review of After Earth and what I thought of it. Oh my God, have mercy. Oh, that movie hurts so bad. And here's the thing. They knew the film was going to be bad because they got Shyamalan to direct it. They had Shyamalan's name removed from the film. That's how bad they wanted it to succeed, because if people saw Shyamalan, they would immediately think, this is going to be shit. Turns out, even with Shyamalan's name not on it, it was still shit.
He wipes his partner's memory and even gives a lame reason why Fiorentino isn't in this one.
You can't count Elle. I mean, she wanted to go back to the morgue. I helped her.
That's exactly what they had in mind for the ending of the first one. Was recasting not a thing yet? While Serlina picks up a henchman named Scad, played by a not entirely, but mostly wasted Johnny Knoxville. Oh, wasted like they did utilize him, not wasted, and maybe both.
Third rock from the sun. I never got that until now.
She's looking for the intergalactic MacGuffin known as the Light.
Where is the light?
Well, I hope that increased budget went to a really spiffy apology effect.
Please, whoever you are, don't hurt me.
Laura, played by Rosario Dawson, tries calling the cops.
There?
Like I said, still get some laughs.
Yes.
Scad doesn't find anything, and Serlina kills the owner, causing Laura to be sad. Oh, a later scene is telling me this is a clever Easter egg, but it's not. Just throw any clever plot twist into the Remember Me bin. Jay is sent to investigate, but Zed, played again by Rip Torn, says he needs a partner. No reason, just movies like this always have partners.
Jay, wait up!
Oh, he's got the little suit now available with a large popcorn!
And so you're back from outer space.
This is the biggest problem with the sequel.
Problems. I'm partnered with a pig, an alien, Siamese twins, a sofa.
Who needs to make jokes about these tropes when the Critic made it 8 years before this movie came out?
Yes! Yes! That's why I love the Critic. The Critic is such a great like TV series.
Jay talks to Laura in another maybe romance that ultimately leads nowhere.
When I see you again, will I know it's you?
I'll see you.
You have really pretty eyes.
No, really, what were we doing with these? As Laura takes all this life-changing information way too well.
I'm a member of a secret organization that polices and monitors alien activity. Ben was an alien. So were the people that killed him.
Okay.
I did a sheet of acid the size of a notebook, so I'm fine with all this.
Knowing Rosario Dawson, she probably did. Either that or she smoked a shit ton of weed. My guess it would be the shit ton of weed. It's just me.
I'm gonna have to.
Kill me.
No.
Jesus, even that she barely flinched at. She's all, I got like 20 other geek things to be, and if my role here is cut short, I won't lose sleep.
Also, I think this was when I started to develop a crush on Rosario Dawson. I saw her in this. I saw her in several other things. But this is where I think I started to like have a crush on Rosario Dawson.
Excuse me.
He decides not to wipe her memory, leading to this awkward line.
What about the flashing thing?
I'll flash you some other time.
Okay, now I'm starting to see why he doesn't hook up in these movies. As he discovers, of course, Kay needs to be brought back because he's the only one who knows where the light is.
Going to get Kay, the legend, the go-to guy, the greatest agent in MIB history.
Frank! This is just a personal thing, but I really hate it when a lead goes from just another member of an organization to suddenly the greatest who ever lived in the sequels.
The legend, the most respected agent in the history of MIB, the most feared human in the universe.
I'm not saying Kay couldn't be the best, but there was something cooler knowing everything he did was just protocol. Like, this badass efficiency is how everybody worked. It makes this underground world feel more impressive.
Yes.
But I guess he's just the best there ever was, so nothing in this film is gonna be topped. At the most, it'll just be repeated, which we've established this film is very okay with.
K. C. Express mail to there.
When Kay does return, played again by Tommy Lee Jones, he again plays the part well, and it does lead to a really funny scene with Smith reprising his old beatbox voice. By the way, that's Biz Markie, so all these sounds you're hearing, they're real. Check them out, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's see, I need to check something real quick, because, hold on. Yeah, we lost him this year. Whoa! Dude! I'm just now noticing it. This review came out July 14th, 2021. Biz died July 16th, 2021. Bruh. 2 days. Damn, Doug. 2 days after mentioning the man, and he's not here anymore. I'm sad because Biz is gone, because I always liked, because his energy was always just like very, very comedic and just very like all over the place.
Why do you think you're so comfortable here?
Also, Kay's reaction to finding out everyone he's worked with is an alien is pretty in character.
No smoking.
Shh! I want to get this video demonetized! Oh yeah, remember that
gosh.
perfect bittersweet ending with Kay reuniting with his wife? She left him.
You know more about what's going on out there than you do down here. That's why she left you, Kay. That's why your wife left you.
Isn't that exactly what you wanted to see? When you saw that last few minutes with the nice music and breathed a sigh of both sadness and joy, didn't you just want him to say, "Ah, gotcha! Everybody's miserable"? Hell, if the movie was actually about him having trouble with his wife because of his past, that would have been interesting. Maybe she could have even been a character.
Oh, conflict. Character building. The things that you're supposed to do in a sequel to keep the sequel interesting and keep the characters moving forward in a cohesive story that is actually supposed to lead to something better? I'm sorry, guys. This whole thing is just... It's infuriating to me. Knowing it, what they had at their disposal, the world that they have, just friddled away because some studio exec wanted to make toys. George Lucas syndrome, everyone. And ever since the George Lucas thing, every studio out there has been trying to prevent that from happening. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, basically 20th Century Fox just said, oh, this thing isn't going to sell. There's no toys that are going to be sold from this. Let George Lucas keep the rights to the toys. There's a reason why George Lucas was a billionaire before the Lucasfilm deal with Disney. Yeah, exactly.
But nope, they rosed her out of this pretty fast.
If they don't add up, it's hasta luego, you know what I mean?
Kay does decide to go with him. The role reversal here is pretty fun. Kay is now the clueless outsider, and Jay is the one mocking him left and right. No doubt enjoying how the tables have turned.
Your favorite weapon?
Noisy cricket.
Back? Yep.
Tommy Lee Jones's underreactions are hilarious as he tries to stay in control, and I'm sorry, this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
What's this?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's lost!
Don't touch that!
Every time I see this scene, I just love looking in the background thinking that civilization is facing their Armageddon. It's like the writers of Rick and Morty took over for a millisecond. And then it's back...
Yeah, he's right. The existential... Again, this is the thing, like little one-note jokes here and there work so well with this franchise. The little existentialism, the little, everything is so much more bigger and broad, but yet, we're focused on this one little thing. Oh wait, this one little thing can actually like save the world or destroy stuff. Exactly. That's. I hate the fact that this is a waste of potential.
The other writing.
What about that position you promised me in Men in Black?
Still working on the Alien Affirmative Action Program.
I can be Agent M.
I think this was his 9th attempt at making a comeback, and how's that working out? It's working out well. While every creature makeup nerd smiles seeing Rick Baker adjust someone's disguise, Serlina attacks, and honestly a very embarrassing takeover. This took like no effort whatsoever.
Yeah.
Wake up, champ!
I like Johnny Knoxville too much for a he'd only make out with himself joke, but I will say this bit of Jay rambling is so awkward, it does circle around to being funny again.
You used to love getting flushed. Yeah, every Saturday night, you be like, flush me, Jay, flush me. I'd be like, no.
Or maybe it's just that pouty face he makes. I'm gonna have that be my email signature for a while. Yeah, some of these jokes are dated, but others...
Actually came with a black dude, but he kept getting pulled over.
Yep.
...are now uncomfortable. They make their way to Jeeps, played again by Tony Shalhoub, who I swear is turning into Megavolt, who says he has a deneuralizer in his basement to get Kay his memories back. Serlina sends henchmen out to get them. By the way, count how many times they reuse this shot, as Kay's memories seem to be brought back.
Many.
You're back.
No.
How'd you know his head would grow back?
It grows back.
Good to know as a postman, he was totally okay being a murderer, too. He gets his memory back minutes later in, again, a really funny moment.
Damn decent of you.
I don't know, can I recommend a movie with only 5 really good scenes? And he goes back in to fight off the henchman.
King, he's a Balchinian.
Shame he's not a stunt better, Anne. Come on, this dude created Underworld. He could teach you some better moves.
Yeah! Looks like you were in a pretty tight spot, kid.
I had this one handled.
You need a partner.
So now that Kay's back, I guess Jay's a dumbass again.
I always do the driving.
I drive the new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness.
Will, do you think Tommy Lee Jones can kick your ass?
Maybe.
Seriously, this scene should play like this.
Old and busted, new hotness.
Then we could get to James Brolin a lot faster.
Again, I think it's just the intimidation factor.
This is Shock Jock Radio, all shock all the time. Thank you, random sound effect. Hey, you know what's really shocking? People don't realize what a great deal DoorDash is. Thank you again, random sound effect. Did you forget that one thing at the store? Now you can get snacks, drinks, and household essentials in 30 minutes with DoorDash.
Oh man, DoorDash connects you with the restaurants you love right now, right to your door.
Thank you, easily replaceable co-host that laughs at everything I say, and now you can get the grocery essentials you need with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items delivered in under an hour. Don't know what that sound has to do with anything, but ordering is easy. Choose what you want from where you want, and your item will be left safely outside your door with a contactless delivery drop-off center.
With over 300,000 partners in the U.S., Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and Cheesecake Factory. I should have taken a deeper breath before saying that sentence.
You're fired, and now I have a special offer. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code Nostalgia2021. That's 25% off and up to $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code Nostalgia2021.
Don't forget, that's code Nostalgia2021 for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply.
No, seriously, you're fired. Get out of
Do
here.
you even remember my name?
I sure do. It's...
That was a lucky guess.
I'll tell you what else is lucky, getting Omen. Sick of all those randos sliding into your team chat whenever you and your friends are grouped up in your favorite games? Then you need your own private oasis, your own paradise in the, let's admit it, wasteland that can be online gaming. Alright, is anyone thinking on these sound effects? Oasis is a free and easy to use add-on for Omen Gaming Hub that creates a virtual room for you and up to 15 of your friends for private gaming and watch parties. But Oasis isn't just any virtual room.
Yeah.
With low latency, 720p, 30 FPS screen sharing.
Discord. That I've never had a problem with Discord. Especially when it's like rooms that you create that you have to pull people into. Be like, hey man, invite me into the room. Okay. There you go. Simple.
And seamless audio quality, you can quit worrying about technical difficulties, stop arguing over who has the worst internet connection, and get to playing. Why would water have anything to do with this? And because you can use voice or text chat while you share your screen or play along with someone else's, Oasis is the best way to hang out when we can't, hang out. Make sure you have Omen Gaming Hub installed, then get the Oasis add-on to build your own gaming paradise. I can't even right now. Play together, watch together, chat together, share together, all with Oasis by Omen. Go to bit.ly/Nostalgia Oasis to download Oasis on the Omen Gaming Hub and try out the beta version now. That's bit.ly/Nostalgia Oasis to download Oasis on the Omen Gaming Hub to try the beta right now. That's it, I quit. I'm going to Mind Radio. At least it's quieter over there. Back at headquarters, Serlina tries to get info out of Zed, but joke's on her, he has some terrible stunt work too. So there are scenes where Will Smith's 4-year-old son took over directing, right? Did I mention yet Jay goes back to being a dumbass again?
I'll contact the eyewitness. We need to neuralize all the witnesses.
See, I had originally I was going to
Did Porky Pig write your cue cards? You were not this stupid in the first half!
5 years, you're still acting like a rookie.
Man, tell it to the hand.
Yes, once Austin Powers and Mutation and the Beast cemented this as timeless, it only made sense to incorporate it here. They return to the pizza shop to meet up with Laura as Kay has an old picture that might be a clue. Did I mention yet Jay goes back to being a dumbass again?
You pointing at something?
The astronaut. Right now, he's pointing.
Who would stack pizza boxes like this? It's an arrow.
Which killed the cat that ate the rat that lived in this dead routine. Next! They want Laura to be safe, so they hand her over to Slimer. I mean Olaf. I mean Minions. I mean these side characters that totally work their way organically into the sequel story.
They're worms.
Once you go worm, that's what you'll yearn.
Yeah! Even though they didn't speak English before, they tested well, and now most of the climax is around them. Speaking of climax, a lot of this dialogue has aged a little creepy.
Watch out for Nebel. It's fine. Everything straight is safe. Don't fall asleep.
Rosario's usual protocol when she visits a con. They visit a locker which contains another clue, and again, this is a really great bit. It's a whole civilization waiting for Kay's return, and they formed an entire religion around it.
We have lived by its word, and peace has reigned throughout our world. Pass it on to others.
I didn't know Ralph Bakshi cameoed in this. I like, too, that they all have blue-collar New York accents, almost like they've picked up how the train passengers talk when they pass by.
Large adult entertainment section in the back.
That's just nasty.
Disgusting.
You left your would-be girlfriend with worms that are probably on a list. I wouldn't talk. The clue leads them to a video store run by David Cross, who shows them the video that played in the...
I'm sorry.
The clue leads them to a video store.
For the longest
run by David
time,
Cross.
my friend was convinced that this was Natalie Portman. He was convinced. He knew it was Natalie Portman. It's not. So I guess I could call her what? Beta Natalie Portman? How old was Natalie Portman? Yeah, Natalie Portman was 20 or 21 years old when this came out. Also, Larry David, I think he died in the first one. When the roach attached him to the ceiling of the morgue.
Who shows them the video that played in the intro, which brings back all the memories to Kay. They realize
David
they have
Cross,
to get going
sorry.
and tell the store owner to basically get a life, leading to probably the darkest joke in the movie.
You want to go to Cambodia?
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Damn, Seinfeld, your Addams Family was showing. More.
As a kid, I kind of got it. As an adult, I get it even more, and I'm just like, whoo.
Please? Laura is captured by Serlina, and, of course, the worms want to help save her. Time for the exact same shot from before.
Serlina has the bracelet. Why'd she take Laura?
She also wants me.
You know, I get wanting to repeat your first film. Do you really want to repeat your current film? They load up on weapons in a family's house. Again, this is the stuff that's really fun about Men in Black. Right down to the director's cameo. And even build up a pretty creepy foe here.
Their Eagle Scout Agent J caught me siphoning the Earth's ozone to sell on the black market.
They keep showing this guy who wants revenge on Jay, and everything from the way he looks to the way he moves is surprisingly unnerving. Okay, I'm looking forward to how they fuck it up. Okay, first of all, they kinda did this joke in the first one. Not that this film would mind that at all, but two, they look like shit.
They do.
It's like if Shredder mixed Jesus' DNA with Mini-Me. The simple tall guy in a cloak was actually more fun. He defeats him and they escape, revealing that Laura was the light all along.
I'm the light? No, no way.
You have a planet to save, Laura.
Oh, and remember that Easter egg I mentioned before with it raining when she cried?
When you get sad, it always seems to rain.
Well, lots of people get sad when it rains.
It rains because you're sad, baby.
Okay, cool. What does that add? If there was, say, a scene where she said she was happy and it was raining, that might be something. It would show she was lying and it would further something about her character. But this is just a last-minute detail simply to be a last-minute detail. Also, did he say baby?
It rains because you're sad, baby.
Don't do that, creepy. A ship comes to pick her up and take her back.
It's because the theory. I think the theory is like Kay knew that he was the father of her father, and it was again. so many things that went wrong with this.
Back to her planet as Jay is once again a bridesmaid instead of a bride.
It's not fair.
Never is.
You've seen each other twice in 1 week. I think you'll get over it.
Yeah.
Serena attacks again, but they defeat her just in time for Laura to get away. No, really, these effects are dick. With everyone seeing the fight, we get a highly impractical, but still kind of cool visual. Thank you all, New York, for looking at the statue at the exact same time. I don't care, it's still cool. Everyone tries to make Jay feel better by getting...
Well, the main thing is a lot of people would be staring at it because of the firework display and be like, oh, wow, that was so cool. Honey? Honey? Where was I the last 10 minutes?
Getting him the rodents from the locker earlier. This leads to an ending so rushed, I swear it was written, shot, and rendered all in the same day.
They need to know the world is bigger than that.
Mind blown? Wouldn't be the only thing that blows in this movie. The best comparison I can make to this is Ghostbusters 2. Minus the spectacle element, because this really did feel like a smaller movie. Like that movie, though, it scraps any new or exciting ideas and puts things back the way they were because our fragile little minds can't handle anything different. For what it's worth, as these retconning sellout sequels go, it's got some decent moments. I do laugh more than a handful of times. When it doesn't work, it's not painfully bad. And the actors and world are still likable enough that it does make me glad I saw it at least once. But I'm not gonna act like everything said against it isn't true. It does feel cheap, it does feel rushed. And not only does it repeat the same elements as the first film, but it retcons the first film's ending so it can do it. And that just feels lazily manipulative.
Yeah.
I guess it's not good, but like Ghostbusters 2, I do have a bit of a soft spot for it. What do you think? Do you think people are overthinking a popcorn movie? Or do you think even popcorn movies deserve more than this? Let me know your thoughts on not the worst, but certainly not the best, Men in Black sequel. I'm a nostalgia critic, I remember, so you don't have to.
I'll flash you some other time.
Still creepy. Still creepy. Alright. So yeah. Men in Black 2. I remember I was really excited for this when I was younger. Because I watched the first film when I was really young. I think I was 8 or 9 when the first film came out in theaters. It was dark, but I still got it and I still loved it. And then, of course, the second one, I remember being hyped for it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so cool. And then, I remember watching it in theaters and thinking it was okay. Didn't like it as much as the first one, but I still thought it was okay. And then, the older I got, I was just like, yeah, this isn't the best. Still has some funny stuff in it, like Doug said. Basically, Doug mirrors my... I guess I'm mirroring Doug's thoughts on this. The existentialism, the writing, in some ways, can be really good, but in other ways, it falls apart pretty quickly. So yeah, this... I would still recommend watching this film. I would still recommend it, because there's some people out there who love this film. They think it's a really good film. Me, I think it's okay. But all right, into the video though. So I'm gonna have to end it here, everybody. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and I guess until next time, signing off. I'm Nate. I'll see you then. Take care.